Have you ever wondered if you're missing subtle signs that a loved one may be nearing the end of their life? These quiet warnings can appear months before, yet many families overlook them, missing precious opportunities to provide comfort and make every moment count. In this video, we reveal 7 silent indicators, backed by experts from Johns Hopkins and the Mayo Clinic, that signal someone may have just months left. Understanding these signs could transform how you care for your loved one, ensuring their final days are filled with dignity and love. Why watch until the end? First, you'll discover the 7th sign, so commonly missed that even seasoned nurses overlook it, yet it's one of the most reliable predictors of end of life, according to hospice specialists. Second, you'll learn how to recognize changes in sleep, appetite, mobility, and more, empowering you to act early and create a supportive environment. Third, real stories from families across America, like Emma from Arizona and George from Tennessee, show how these signs appeared in their loved ones, offering relatable insights you can apply. Finally, we'll share practical steps to track and respond to these changes, helping you avoid regret and ensure meaningful connections. Don't miss this chance to gain knowledge that could ease your loved one's transition and bring peace to your family. Stay with us to unlock these critical insights and make every moment matter. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. Sign 1. Dramatic changes in sleep patterns. One of the most heart-wrenching signs that an elderly loved one may be nearing the end of life is a sudden and profound shift in their sleep habits. When someone who once had a regular rhythm begins sleeping 15 or more hours a day or, on the flip side, becomes completely restless and unable to find peace through the night, it's not just ordinary tiredness or a quirk of aging. No, it's a powerful and deeply meaningful signal that their body is preparing for its final journey. This is a transformation so fundamental that it changes the very way their body conserves energy and manages consciousness. Often, these changes creep in slowly, almost imperceptibly, over several weeks. Because of this gradual shift, family members and caregivers might mistakenly shrug it off as mere fatigue or boredom, not realizing the profound significance behind it. Research from the respected geriatric division at Harvard Medical School sheds light on this phenomenon. Their studies reveal that as the body approaches its final phase, it instinctively conserves energy for vital functions, while neurological shifts disrupt the natural sleep-wake cycle. Dr. Susan Mitchell, a leading expert at Harvard, explains that the pattern of excessive daytime sleep combined with nighttime restlessness is a clear red flag, one that trained medical professionals learn to recognize as a crucial sign. The body's internal clock, or circadian rhythm, becomes unbalanced as different organs and systems gradually begin their natural shutdown. It's like watching a beautiful, complex orchestra slowly wind down its music, note by note. I think about George, a gentle man from Tennessee, whose family first noticed subtle changes during his favorite afternoon television shows. He began napping more and more, sometimes dozing off mid-episode, which was so unlike him. Weeks later, George was sleeping up to 18 hours each day, yet when night came, he was wide awake, pacing restlessly. His daughter, overwhelmed and confused, initially believed George was simply bored or anxious. But after consulting with his medical team, the painful truth emerged. George's body was entering the final stages of life. Witnessing this, the family experienced a flood of emotions. Fear, sadness, confusion, but also a deepened resolve to be there for him in every way possible. Ignoring these dramatic shifts in sleep isn't just risky. It's a missed chance to provide comfort, dignity, and compassion during such a vulnerable time. Families often find themselves exhausted, stressed, and emotionally drained, caught off guard by the sudden upheaval in their loved one's routine. But understanding what these changes mean can transform fear into preparedness. Medical experts stress that recognizing these patterns early allows caregivers to adjust schedules, offer soothing environments, and seek appropriate medical guidance. It becomes a way to honor the dignity of those we cherish most. If you're caring for an elderly loved one, I urge you to take this seriously. Start monitoring their sleep patterns daily. Use a simple notebook or a smartphone app to track the number of hours they sleep during both day and night. Note any unusual restlessness, prolonged naps, or insomnia. These details are precious clues for doctors who can help tailor care in this sensitive time. And if this altered sleep rhythm persists beyond a week, don't hesitate to share your observations with their healthcare provider. Time is precious, and the sooner you act, the better you can ease this transition with love and understanding. Don't wait, begin today, because every moment matters. Sign 2. Loss of interest in food and significant weight loss. Have you noticed your beloved family member no longer savoring their favorite meals? Maybe they've shed 10 or more pounds without ever setting foot on a diet, leaving you worried and searching for answers. This is far more than just the usual changes in appetite that come with getting older. It's a profound and heartbreaking shift, one that touches the very core of how the body handles nourishment and energy in its final chapters. The joy that once came from those cherished dishes, the smells and tastes that sparked memories and comfort, slowly fades away. What begins as a subtle decline in enthusiasm for food can grow into a complete disinterest, as if the body itself is quietly withdrawing from the ritual of eating. Experts at the Mayo Clinic, specializing in end-of-life care, explain that this loss of appetite is not a whim or a sign of giving up. Instead, it's a natural part of the dying process. Dr. Jennifer Rodriguez reminds us that as the body approaches its final transition, the metabolic demands decrease dramatically. Once delightful foods can suddenly feel unappealing, even unpleasant. It's a biological message, not a reflection of depression, stubbornness, or lack of will, but rather the body gently preparing to redirect its precious energy away from digestion and towards more essential needs. I think of Dorothy from Michigan, a woman who treasured her Sunday family dinners and lovingly baked apple pies for 6 decades. Imagine the ache her family felt when she pushed away her plate after just a couple of bites, stopped asking about her beloved dessert, and slowly began to fade before their eyes. Within just 2 months, Dorothy had lost 15 pounds, a number that weighs heavily not just on the scale, but on the hearts of those who love her. Despite their loving encouragement to eat more, medical professionals confirmed what the family feared most. Dorothy was in her final months. This kind of appetite change and weight loss is a painful sign that demands attention, not avoidance. Ignoring it or hoping it's just a phase can delay the vital conversations and decisions about care that bring comfort rather than struggle. Many families get caught in the exhausting cycle of counting calories and worrying over every bite, missing the opportunity to focus on what truly matters: dignity, peace, and emotional connection. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. If you are facing this heart-wrenching reality, try offering small portions of the foods your loved one once enjoyed, without pressure or expectation. Keep a simple food diary to gently track intake, not as a test, but as a guide for caregivers and healthcare providers. Focus on comfort, not nutrition goals. Talk openly with medical professionals about what to expect during this stage, so you can plan care that honors your loved one's needs and wishes. Weigh them weekly and share these details with the care team. It's a way of advocating for their well-being when words might fall short. Please don't dismiss a loss of appetite or significant weight loss as just normal aging. This is a profound moment that calls for awareness, compassion, and action. By understanding what's happening, you can help your loved one move through this tender phase with grace and respect, surrounded by the love they deserve. Sign 3. Increasing social withdrawal and disengagement. One of the most heart-wrenching changes we witness in a loved one approaching the end of life is when someone who was once warm, outgoing, and deeply connected suddenly starts to retreat. They stop calling friends, skip family gatherings they used to cherish, and gradually pull away from the world around them. At first glance, this might be mistaken for depression, a passing sadness, or just a bad day. But in reality, it often signals something far more profound. This withdrawal is not just about mood. It is a natural, deeply human psychological preparation for saying goodbye to this life. It's as if the soul begins to turn inward, gently loosening its grip on the external world of relationships and activities that once defined it. This shift can be shocking and confusing for family members, who struggle to reconcile the outgoing, social person they've always known with the quiet, distant figure before them. It feels like a loss, a rejection, but it isn't. According to research from Johns Hopkins in palliative care, this social disengagement serves an essential psychological purpose in the delicate process of preparing for the end of life. Dr. Michael Chen explains that withdrawing from social circles is not a refusal or abandonment of loved ones. Instead, it is a protective, natural mechanism that allows individuals to focus their energy inward, on personal reflection, spiritual readiness, and gently releasing earthly attachments. It's a way to prepare the heart and mind for the final journey, reducing emotional chaos and allowing peace to settle. Take Walter from Ohio, for example. For 25 years, Walter was the life of his weekly poker group and the most devoted grandfather at every baseball game. His laughter and presence were constants in the lives of friends and family. But then, without warning, Walter stopped answering calls and declined every invitation. At first, those closest to him thought he was going through a rough patch, a temporary withdrawal. But beneath the surface, Walter's body and spirit were quietly preparing for the inevitable. 6 months later, doctors confirmed what his absence had already told the family. Walter was nearing the end of life. His retreat was not coldness or neglect. It was a subtle, early sign of a natural process unfolding. Missing or misunderstanding these signs of social withdrawal can create heartbreaking gaps between loved ones. Families may feel hurt, confused, or even personally rejected when their loved one pulls away. They might think, "Why won't they talk to me? Why don't they want to be around anymore?" But the truth is far more compassionate. Recognizing that this withdrawal is part of the natural end-of-life journey helps families to respond with empathy rather than frustration. Healthcare professionals emphasize that understanding these patterns allows families to provide the emotional support their loved ones truly need. Support that honors their need for solitude while gently maintaining connection. It's a delicate balance. Loved ones can offer gentle encouragement to stay connected, but must also respect the deep human need for space during this time. Small, low-pressure moments, a brief phone call, a quiet visit, mean far more than demanding attendance at large gatherings or social events. Quality always matters more than quantity. Let your loved one set the pace, and be present emotionally, even when physically distant. Reach out with patience, kindness, and understanding today, because these moments, though quiet and subtle, carry immense meaning. They are the fragile threads that hold hearts together when the inevitable draws near. Sign 4. Unusual confusion or mental changes. One of the most heart-wrenching signs that someone is nearing the end of their life is the onset of unusual confusion or sudden mental changes. This isn't just about forgetfulness or the slow decline many associate with dementia. It's something far deeper, more mysterious, and often deeply moving. Loved ones may notice that the person begins speaking to those who have long passed away, engaging in vivid, heartfelt conversations with deceased relatives or friends. They might become disoriented, unsure of the time, place, or even their own identity. Personality traits that have defined them for decades may shift dramatically, sometimes softened by tenderness, other times marked by unexpected emotional moments. These changes aren't steady or linear. They come and go, weaving a fragile tapestry of lucidity interspersed with episodes of confusion. Neurological research from esteemed institutions like the Cleveland Clinic sheds light on this phenomenon, revealing that as the body prepares for its final transition, decreased oxygen flow and altered metabolism in the brain trigger these cognitive shifts. Dr. Patricia Williams, a neurologist at the Cleveland Clinic, explains that these changes are not meaningless or pathological in the typical sense. Instead, they often bring profound, meaningful experiences for those at life's edge. moments of reunion and comfort through visits from loved ones who have already passed on. These encounters, vivid and emotionally powerful, provide solace and help ease the journey beyond this world. Far from mere hallucinations or confusion, these experiences serve crucial psychological and spiritual roles that deserve empathy and understanding. Take Henry from Florida, for example. In his final months, he began holding detailed conversations with his late wife, Margaret. He described her presence so clearly that his family could almost feel her there in the room. Henry relayed messages she wanted to share, words filled with love, reassurance, and unfinished business gently tied up. Initially, his children feared these were signs of dementia spiraling out of control. Yet, between these moments, Henry remained remarkably clear, alert, and connected to current events and family matters. When medical professionals evaluated him, they recognized these experiences as part of a natural and profound end-of-life process, not cognitive decline to be feared. For families, these mental changes can trigger intense worry and distress, especially when they misunderstand what's happening. Many panic, rushing to seek aggressive medical treatments or interventions that may be unnecessary, uncomfortable, or even harmful during this sacred stage. Healthcare providers emphasize that understanding these mental changes as normal end-of-life phenomena empowers families to respond with compassion, calm, and reassurance rather than fear and confusion. It allows for presence, being with their loved ones in kindness, rather than trying to fix what cannot be fixed. If you notice unusual statements or behaviors like these, try to respond gently and calmly. Avoid arguing or correcting, which can create distress or agitation. Instead, seek medical evaluation to help distinguish between natural end-of-life changes and conditions that might be treatable. Keeping a careful record, noting the timing, frequency, and nature of these episodes, can be invaluable when sharing information with healthcare professionals. Above all, creating a peaceful, safe environment that honors these experiences while providing comfort can make an enormous difference for your loved one. Document these moments with care, because when medical teams understand what's truly happening, they can provide better, more compassionate care, turning fear into understanding and anxiety into peace. Sign 5. Decreased mobility and increased weakness. When something as simple as walking across the room suddenly feels like an overwhelming challenge, or when a loved one who managed daily tasks effortlessly yesterday now struggles to do the same without help, it's a glaring and deeply concerning sign that cannot be ignored. This isn't just the usual getting older tiredness or weakness we often brush off. It's a profound and rapid loss of energy and strength that steals away the very foundation of their independence and ability to carry out everyday activities that once seemed second nature. What makes this so devastating is how quickly it can take hold. Over just weeks or a few short months, you may witness a dramatic transformation in your loved one's physical capabilities, leaving them more vulnerable and dependent than ever before. It's a painful journey, not only for them but also for family members who feel powerless watching their once strong relative fade so rapidly. According to the American Geriatric Society, this decline in muscle strength near the end of life is not random. It's a biological survival mechanism. As Dr. Robert Thompson explains, the body begins to divert precious energy away from muscle maintenance and instead focuses on keeping vital organs functioning. This shift means muscles start breaking down their protein stores to support life's essential systems, causing a swift and often surprising drop in strength that far exceeds what we'd expect from normal aging. Take Maria from Texas, for example, a vibrant woman who cherished tending her garden and walking to her mailbox just last spring. Suddenly, the woman who once moved with grace found herself needing help just to rise from her favorite chair. Holding a simple cup of coffee became a trembling ordeal. Her family initially believed she simply needed better nutrition or rest, but the medical truth was more sobering. Maria's body was entering its final phase, where rapid muscle weakening and energy loss were unavoidable realities. This stage is fraught with danger, especially when families don't recognize severe weakness as a clear signal of end-of-life progression. Without awareness, safety risks skyrocket. Falls become common, and these injuries can lead to spirals of complications, pain, and even hasten decline. Families may hold on to hopes of normal activity, not realizing this only sets everyone up for heartbreak, frustration, and unnecessary harm. Listening to healthcare professionals and accepting these changes is one of the kindest acts we can offer our loved ones. It means removing fall hazards around the home without delay, installing grab bars in bathrooms, placing shower chairs where needed, and introducing mobility aids that help preserve dignity while ensuring safety. It also means shifting expectations, not pushing for independence when it's no longer safe or realistic, but instead focusing on comfort, security, and gentle support. If you're reading this and recognize these signs in your family, please take action now. The smallest safety improvements can make a profound difference, preventing falls that cause pain and further complications. In these fragile moments, choosing care and compassion over insistence on past routines is an act of love that honors their journey and helps protect what precious time remains. Sign 6. Changes in breathing patterns. One of the most telling and sometimes heart-wrenching signs that a loved one may be nearing the end of life is a change in their breathing patterns. This isn't just a minor detail to brush aside as just getting older. Irregular breathing, where breaths suddenly speed up then slow down, or moments of breathlessness that happen even when resting, are powerful signals from the body that something profound is happening. These shifts might start almost imperceptibly, with subtle pauses between breaths or a slight catch in their chest during activities they once did effortlessly. But over days and weeks, these changes become unmistakably clearer, their breathing sounding different, almost unfamiliar, echoing the body's silent struggle. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. According to the National Hospice Foundation, these breathing alterations are among the most reliable signs that the body is preparing to slow down. Dr. Linda Garcia, a compassionate voice from the foundation, explains that as the heart and lungs gradually lose their strength, the body naturally adapts by changing how it breathes, sometimes faster, sometimes more shallowly, sometimes with long pauses in between. It's important to remember these shifts are not sudden emergencies, but rather the body's gentle way of conserving energy and adjusting to declining organ function. I recall the story of Charles, a gentle man from Georgia, whose wife noticed a new and worrying breathing pattern. During quiet afternoon rests, Charles would breathe rapidly for several minutes, then slow down dramatically with long, uneasy pauses. At first, she felt helpless and frightened, wondering if something urgent was wrong. After consulting with his medical team, she learned this pattern was a sign Charles's body was quietly entering its final stage. The focus shifted, not to aggressive treatments or hospitalizations, but to comfort, dignity, and compassionate care that honored his journey. This breathing transformation can be incredibly difficult for families to witness. Without proper understanding, it's easy to fall into fear and confusion, or to push for interventions that may not ease suffering but instead disrupt peace. Healthcare professionals emphasize that recognizing these breathing signs helps families shift their attention towards comfort measures, soft blankets, calm presence, gentle repositioning, and away from unnecessary medical alarms. If you're caring for someone showing these changes, it's crucial to watch closely and communicate openly with healthcare providers. Note the frequency of breaths, their depth, and any unusual sounds that stand out. Simple acts, like adjusting pillows to ease breathing or consulting palliative care experts, can make a profound difference in comfort and peace. Most importantly, offer your reassurance, your steady presence, and your love during these fragile moments. Try not to panic or see these changes as failures, but rather as the body's natural way of preparing for its next chapter. Daily observation and prompt sharing of what you notice can ensure your loved one receives the care they need to be as comfortable as possible. In this tender time, breathing changes are not just medical signs. They are whispers from the heart, calling us to patience, compassion, and gentle acceptance. Sign 7. Desire to resolve unfinished business. One of the most profound signs that a loved one is preparing for the end of life is when they suddenly express a strong urge to settle unfinished business. When elderly individuals begin giving away cherished possessions, reaching out to estranged family members, offering heartfelt apologies, or initiating important conversations they've avoided for years, it's crucial to listen with your whole heart. These requests are not mere casual thoughts or simple estate planning tasks. They reveal a deep, urgent psychological need, a sacred preparation for the final chapter of life. This desire to resolve lingering matters often involves more than just material things. It's about passing on meaningful treasures to the people who truly matter, mending broken relationships that have weighed heavily on their hearts, and sharing long-held secrets or vital information that they never had the chance or courage to express before. It's as if their souls are gently urging them to tie up loose ends, to find peace within, and to leave this world without regrets. Hospice care specialists across the country have long observed this powerful phenomenon. Dr. Amanda Foster, a hospice expert with over 3 decades of compassionate experience, explains that this behavior plays an essential role in helping individuals find emotional closure. It's part of the natural psychological journey toward acceptance of mortality. Studies show that when people complete these unfinished tasks, whether emotional or practical, they often experience a remarkable decrease in anxiety and a greater sense of calm and acceptance in their final days. I think of Edward, a man from Nevada, who, after 15 years of silence, suddenly reached out to his estranged brother. Despite the passage of time and the foggy memories of their family quarrel, Edward's sincere apology was a powerful act of healing. At the same time, he began thoughtfully gifting his treasured woodworking tools to neighbors and grandchildren, carefully explaining why each item belonged with each person. His family initially worried about his mental health, suspecting depression, but in truth, Edward was quietly preparing himself for his last months by ensuring that his relationships and belongings were settled with love and intention. It's heartbreaking to realize how many families overlook or misunderstand these urgent final wishes, dismissing them as grim or unnecessary. Missing the chance to honor these meaningful conversations and requests often leaves both the dying person and their loved ones with a heavy burden of regret. Medical professionals stress that supporting these moments of reconciliation and closure can bring profound comfort, peace, and dignity to those facing the end of life. If someone you love begins to express this desire to resolve unfinished business, I urge you, don't shy away. Encourage and facilitate these precious conversations. Help reconnect them with people they want to reach out to, even if past wounds make it difficult. Support their wishes to distribute possessions with respect and without judgment. Listen deeply to their stories, their memories, and the truths they wish to share. These are not just words or actions. They are precious final gifts, expressions of love, forgiveness, and acceptance. Cherish and honor these moments today, because tomorrow may be too late. These final connections and conversations hold the power to heal, to comfort, and to bring peace, to both those who are leaving and those who will carry their memories forward. Don't miss the chance to be present for them in this sacred time. Thank you so much for watching and taking the time to understand this important sign of preparing for the end of life. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What is one meaningful thing you've learned from this video that you plan to bring into your own life or share with a loved one? Please take a moment to leave your thoughts and reflections in the comments below. Your experience could help someone else on this journey. If you found this video helpful and meaningful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Supporting our community helps us create more content that brings comfort, understanding, and connection to those who need it most. Remember, these conversations and connections matter deeply. Let's honor them together. See you in the next video.